the map we've seen many times today. Let's see what Team Blaze is going to go with for a ban. And, I mean, Goon Squad seems like they're perfectly okay with going against Sylvanas. I don't think they ban... I mean, they didn't ban her the last match. Anything like that. Team Blaze, they're saying, you know what, we don't want to deal with the Lost Vikings for these guys. They played a great Lost Vikings last match, but that's going to be taken away.
Already, and Lost Vikings, yeah, like you were saying, you don't want to have a team playing Lost Vikings that's really good with them, because you see what happened last game.
Yeah.
Towards the end of that game, they were a couple levels ahead at any one point. Like, the Lost Vikings did such a fantastic job of soaking those lanes. It worked out really well. So it's going to be interesting to see who Goon Squad decides to ban, considering Team Blaze was able to play pretty high up in the BlizzCon qualifiers for this round. So they've been able to see how they play, what their decision-making looks like. They are going to ban out Zeratul because obviously they know that Team Blaze is really strong with that Zeratul pick.
Yeah. And there's a Sylvanas pick. So like I mentioned, Goon Squad seems to be perfectly comfortable with playing against Sylvanas. Now, my next thought is, are they going to pick Illidan into a Sylvanas? And if they pick Illidan, will Team Blaze respond with the Brightwing? Because a Brightwing Sylvanas, those are two heroes that have such great tools to deal with an Illidan. No, they're going to go with the Kerrigan instead. Okay. And this is what we saw last time, followed with the Uther. This is what we saw on Dragonshire, was that Kerrigan Uther, which they played so very well. And the reason I love the Uther with the Kerrigan is just because Kerrigan falls off in the late game, and Uther is able to pick her back up with that Divine Shield. So I love those first two picks, though they kind of have shown their cards, but I think the cards were shown a little bit anyways. Early game aggression is the name of the game, once again, for Goon Squad.
That's exactly what they need to do, too. I mean, we've seen time and time again, it's really paid off for Goon Squad and being able to put on that consistent early aggression. And we see Tassadar. Yeah. Tassadar, man. Team Blaze picking up that Tass. What are they planning on doing with the Tassadar? It's kind of fishy here.
Probably going to put him in mid lane. He's great on this map. He's a safe laner to be thrown into that mid lane. He's really hard to gank. He has a great wave clear, so he can clear the wave with Psionic Storm, rotate down to bottom, kind of float around. And that's always something you want in your mid laner on this map, is ability. You want good wave clear. You want to have a hero that's hard to gank. He has good lane sustain, and he can float. And Tassadar fits all of the above. So he's always a safe pick. He secures good late game. He grants you vision. He grants you early game experience, almost guaranteed. So I like that a lot. The Jaina pickup from Team Blaze and Goon Squad, man, they pulled the trigger on that Illidan ban real quick. They knew what they wanted to ban out. And no more Illidan for the side of Team Blaze.
So Zeratul, Illidan, some of the top tier assassins in the game right now. Lost Vikings being banned out, and KT being banned out. Oh. So they're locking down their assassin pick for Jaina, being the only mage caster really right now that is available, aside from Kael'thas. So that being said, Goon Squad has the option of just going for their other assassins right now, or they can pick up their warrior right now and make sure that they lock in the warrior that they want to have.
I would be interested to see if they go with a Tyron here. That's one hero that people have been banning out against Goon Squad. They're known for their Tyron play, and that would really complement their draft very, very well. With the Kerrigan, that Kerrigan stun followed up by a Tyron Lunar Flare, the damage amplification on top of it, a Hammer of Justice just to seal the deal coming out of that Uther. And that is a threatening combination throughout the course of the game. In the laning phase, in the mid game where teams are really roaming across the map, in the late game when teams don't have map vision, they're more constrained inside of their base. But no, they're going to pick up an Anubrak, a strong pick nonetheless, and he can actually kind of fill that role as well with his stuns, with his burrow charge, and obviously give you a little more frontline tankability as well.
Definitely. Like we've been saying, Anubrak is one of those heroes that recently came into the forefront, really, really good at initiations. His beetles are super smart now, so they do work. We saw that in the last game. The beetles were pretty much putting up a fight against the Vikings down the bottom lane, but the Vikings are doing such a great job at denying those beetles from doing much. But with that being said, we are probably going to see them go for their other assassin here, or like you said, a Tyrande. Tyrande would work really well, especially with Kerrigan, and that's exactly what happens. We
there it is.
See a Tyrande pick.
I love it, man. So the early game from Goon Squad, once again, is going to be very volatile. And as long as they continue the level of play that we've seen from them, we're going to see some nerds going down, getting down. Team Blaze, though, they have definitely have really early game as well. With that Jaina, they pick up the Brightwing. So I like that Brightwing pickup. The Polymorph is going to be really an effective tool at dealing with the initiation. From the Kerrigan, she's going to jump in there, get her Primal Grasp. If you polymorph her before she's able to really do much after that, the follow-up from it isn't going to be there, and it's going to allow you to kind of get yourself away from that and take the threat away from it. And also just a great hero as well. She has that mobile presence that we know, and to round it all off, they get a Muradin, more crowd control with his Stormbolt. He's very, very, very tanky, and he's able to get into the back lines and really mess it up.
I mean, I'm guessing that we're going to see another assassin pickup by Goon Squad here. Either that or we could see Tyrael. We haven't seen him quite yet, so it's going to be pretty interesting to see whether or not they pick up the Tyrael here for the last pick.
I actually would really like a Tyrael here from Goon Squad. I would... actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, no. If that Kerrigan was someone else, if that Kerrigan was an Illidan or something like that, maybe, or a Vala. But now that I think about it, I think they need a little bit more backline. They have so much frontline initiation that it might be a little overkill. So what I would like to see here would be a Vala. A Zagara, I think, would be very, very effective, and it is going to be that Vala. So there's your drafts, ladies and gentlemen. I just say both these drafts are very, very strong ones. Goon Squad definitely has the early game advantage, but Team Blaze with that Jaina, the Sylvanas, and the Tassadar, their late game is going to be very, very strong.
It's going to be scary, man. Definitely kind of intimidated to see these teams go head-to-head, as they've been getting better every week that they've been playing.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can get us an invite here real quick. Let's see. Your mic's freaking out, man.
Oh.
Kind of staticky.
All units stand by. How are we doing?
Good. Sounds good.
Okay. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize. Not sure what was causing that.
Alrighty, it's just some electrical interference, I'm sure. But it looks like we're just waiting to get invited to the game here, so we can go ahead and get the finals here started. Should be pretty cool. I'm excited to see this, man.
Yeah, man. These guys are going to be playing their hearts out. Try to get that cash money.
Cash money.
Mm-hmm. They want it. Let's see here, man. There we go. As long as Goku continues to play the way he's been playing, I think we're going to see good things out of them. Though Team Blaze is a team that is really just a strong team nonetheless. And if they're able to weather the storm of those rotations, I mean, the Tassadar is super hard to get, even with the Kerrigan. Tassadar is really, really hard to gank because you can just dimensional shift away. The moment you try to see that combination come in, the Impaling Blades, Primal Grasp, and the Lunar Flare, he can get away from that. So they'll be able to dodge it there. The Sylvanas is definitely a hero that can get ganked very easily. The Jaina, obviously, as well. I think what we're going to see here is we're going to see Tassadar mid lane, Muradin top lane, Brightwing, Jaina, and Sylvanas in the bottom lane for Team Blaze. And then for Goon Squad, we're probably going to see Vala in the mid lane with a Nubarak in top, Tyron, Uther, and Kerrigan kind of floating around. I don't think we're going to see a big three-man push party. Kerrigan really doesn't fit well into that. They might make big roams into the lane, get a kill, and then push, but I don't think they're just going to sit in the lane and push. They're going to be moving all over the place, trying to get kills, and as long as they're successful to do so, they get kills, they can translate that into some pushing power.
It's just that hyper aggression that we've actually been seeing so much of from Goon Squad that's worked out really, really well. I mean, what can we say? I mean, I haven't seen Team Blaze play at all tonight. I saw them play a little bit over the weekend. I'm sure they're getting heroed out. They've been playing three days straight in tournaments and everything, but they obviously love the game. They play that much, and they're able to consistently improve from week to week. They've come in here, and they haven't let up at all. They played against Glaurung and all those guys last week, and they didn't lose. They beat them outright. So,
yeah,
it'd be pretty cool to see what these guys can do in this game. Hopefully, Goon Squad might be able to take a game off of them. We'll see what happens. We'll
see, man. They've been playing so well today. I think it's. I mean, I honestly don't know who's going to win this. I think Blaze is definitely the favorite coming into this, but I feel like Goon Squad has been performing so very well. that they could definitely take one game, possibly two, off of Blaze.
You could definitely see it, man.
All right, guys. So we are finally loaded up into the finals of this match. Map is going to be Shire. This is the first game in the best of 3 finals of the Nexus Mayhem week number 7 between Goon Squad and Team Blaze. Goon Squad going with their patented early game aggression and showing their cards in the draft with a Kerrigan and a Tyron. And then Team Blaze going with really solid lanes, conservative drafting, but effective nonetheless. And I cannot wait to get this series underway.
Right? You got some pizza in your belly, you're good to go.
Dude, oh my god, I literally ate half a pizza in like 5 minutes. Like, I'm sure you saw me. I was woofing it down, dude. I was so hungry.
Every time I looked at the screen, you had another piece of pizza in your hand. So.
Exactly. I'm not kidding. It was literally half a pizza.
Alrighty. So, over on the blue side, man, who do we got?
On the blue side, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the Goon Squad, consisting of Hosty playing the Vala, Boss playing the Anubarak, Get Up playing Uther, Goku once again on that Kerrigan, and Goat playing the Tyranno.
Alrighty, then over in the right-hand side, we're going to have the Team Blaze. Ralphacopter's going to be playing that Tassadar. Tuggin Nuts on the Murden. We're going to have Claudius is going to be on the Jaina. D-Noob is going to be on the Brightwing. And Cure is going to be on the Sylvanas. Alrighty, and they're all going to head straight for that little the punching bag over there in the punching triangle, I should say.
The Bermuda Triangle, as it was coined by Dreadnoughts of Tempo Storm.
Really?
Yeah.
That is pretty
because that's where everyone dies.
That's where everyone
dies. Yeah. He wrote a guide on this map, and he called it the Bermuda Triangle, and I read that. I'm like, that is such an accurate statement about that. Here in the mid lane, they're going to clear this wave out, and I think they're going to sweep down to the bottom lane. And this is a strategy we've seen tried and true for a long time. Very effective. It gives you presence on the map. You're moving all over the place, and it's such a threatening thing to behold.
It is, and like I said earlier, like if you could force out the creep wave to die relatively fast in the mid lane, you can rotate down and still get the experience from the bottom lane pretty easily. And it looks like they're setting up for a gank down in the bottom lane. They're going to try to take out the Jaina more than likely, or the Brightwing.
D-Noob with the game sense, knowing something must be up in that party. Laying down an Arcane Flare, revealing the jig as it is up. And the lanes are pretty much taking shape as expected. Tyron is in the mid lane, dealing with the Tassadar. Bottom lane is going to be that Kerrigan and the Uther. Very, very, very threatening. And what I'm looking for is an initiation. The Primal Grasp was there, but it looks like there was a misclick on the Impaling Blades, and Goku wasn't able to get it off. If that Impaling Blade landed on to the Sylvanas, that could have been our first blood.
For sure, and it looks like the top shrine is going to go in the favor of the Goon Squad, and the bottom shrine is going to go to the Goon Squad as well. So that means that they're going to be able to potentially get a Dragonite here, but I don't think Tassadar is going to let that happen. Is he going to... No, Ralphacopter is not. Goat's going to rotate down, and they're going to try to go for at least some sort of kill here, but they're going to rotate up... At least Uther's going to rotate up to the mid lane and put some pressure on that Tassadar.
And they have gotten a lot of early game Dragonites in the past, utilizing the threat from the Kerrigan. Even though it hasn't translated into kills, just the presence of that Kerrigan has forced Team Blaze into a defensive posture, which has allowed Goon Squad to get both of those shrines very, very early. Though the Tassadar in the mid lane, he is going to be able to almost indefinitely keep that Tyrande off of the Dragon. And that's exactly what we saw happen there. So he's just pushing out the mid lane, rotating down. Again, he's just floating around, being where he needs to be whenever he needs to be there.
And we do see that the bottom shrine was actually... Oh, wow. Holy cow. Tassadar got erased there.
He did.
And that's the power of Kerrigan. Goku on Kerrigan, man. He's going Super Saiyan 3 on him.
Oh, man. The long hair and everything. Down in the bottom lane, business as usual. The Tassadar kill, he used his dimensional shift way too early. He wasn't close enough to the gate to where his dimensional shift was going to secure him behind it, and he didn't use it right as Kerrigan used her combination. He just kind of like haphazardly used it, and then Goku immediately followed it up and got the stun combination onto him, followed up by Hander just as it was blood form. So a little misplay out of Ralphacopter. He could have escaped that gank if he played it appropriately, but not a huge deal as these teams are still neck and neck. once again, both the Dragon Shrines taken by Goon Squad, but I don't think they're going to be able to actually pick it up here.
No, it's like what you want to do in this regard is just put pressure on them. Like at this point, like when they had both shrines captured, they're like, okay, guys, now here's a threat. Like we can get Dragon Knight at any point here if you let go of that middle at all.
Yeah, and that Tassadar, she's pretty much dedicated to sit in that middle lane and make sure that doesn't happen, at least until the lane stage starts to break down a little bit. They hit level 10. Level 7 here on the horizon for both teams. Very, very even game so far. And see if Rafflecopter, he saw the gate coming immediately, retreated to the safety behind his gate, though Kerrigan recognizes that Sylvanas is way out of position. And going to try to get a gank here. Does he have his Haunting Wave? If he does, the Goku, oh man, he was so close to pulling that off. That would have been such a clutch play. But Kira is going to be able to get away. And now a turnaround on the Dragon Shrine. Both shrines going the way of Blaze.
They are going the way of Blaze, but it looks like they're going to be able to capture that top shrine before they're able to get that Dragon Knight. Are they? If they can? Maybe? Yes, they are. That was barely captured by Kerrigan in that top lane. So close. But meanwhile, we do have quite a bit of pressure going down here in the bottom lane. The Siege Giants plus Jaina has actually taken on both of the towers down in the bottom lane.
Yeah, she recognized there was a lot of emphasis being put on the top lane by Goon Squad and took that opportunity to push down those towers. So bottom lane is a really important lane because of all those mercenary camps that are associated with it.
We do have Tugginus going on top of Goku. He's going to be able to take him down to about a little less than a quarter health right now, but he's able to get out of there by the skin of his teeth. Those beetles are just doing work on the Tassadar Murden combination. But meanwhile, down at bottom, Hosty took a lot of damage there. He's just about to die.
He's going to be able to get away, though, lick his wounds, get back to the team fight. And, I mean, a moment of passivity between these fights. Oh, and as I say that, Boss Spot's going to get caught out of position. More than likely going to be going down here. And so that is going to get Team Blaze on the board with the first kill. A small experience advantage, but an advantage nonetheless.
And they may be able to take a Dragon Knight off of this. I mean, Goku's extremely low. Brightwing is going up there to counteract the pushing power, and they are able to grab the first Dragon Knight. It's going to be at 6 minutes into the game. The Dragon Knight's kind of has quite a bit of pushing power. This is about 400 damage per hit. It's going to do quite a bit of damage to these towers, able to get them that level 10 and even increase their pushing power further.
So that was very well played by them, man. I feel like Goon Squad isn't playing with the same confidence that they've seen in the last series. And oh my lord, an immediate blow up onto Nubrak. The Wailing Arrow took him out of commission. Now Goku lays down a beautiful Impaling Blade stun. The Lunar Flare is going to follow it up, but it's not going to be enough. It looks like they were just trying to get the heck out of dodge, and they really weren't able to. So a 3 for nil exchange favoring Team Blaze, going to get that mid fort, get tier 2 towers as well. Bottom fort is exposed and already taking some damage from the creep. Top lane is also, those towers are very, very damaged. So Team Blaze is looking great in the mid game, and Goon Squad is in an unfamiliar position. They are down in the early game.
It's definitely something we're not used to seeing. We're used to seeing them take a powerful lead early on. And it looks like Tassadar is going to get out there just fine. Rafflecopter doing everything. Oh, actually, he might be in trouble here. He does get stunned by the Tyrande. He's getting primal raked, and he does get taken out by the combination of Goku and Goat. But Claudius now is in quite a bit of trouble. He might be taken down there if he's not too careful. And he is going to get taken down, man. Holy cow.
They were able to turn that around and get 2 kills, but even with those 2 kills, they lost a fort. The bottom lane fort might be going down as well. They are down by a little bit more than a level. And with the level 13 on horizon for Team Blaze, that is going to be yet another moment of opportunity for them to get on this map and continue to dictate the flow of this match.
And D-Noob is actually going to be taken out here. He's not too careful. Goku's coming in. Yeah, he's done. He's out of the fight. That Anubrak stun was actually the best thing that could have happened for them, able to push them closer to that level 12. We could see a huge engagement here on the Siege Golems, and it looks like Tugginus is going to hop in here on Boss Boss, keep him from burrowing out, but he's able to get out anyway. Heroics are being popped. It looks like they're able to get out of there without too much damage being done, but it does turn into a siege camp for the Team Blaze.
Oh, Boss Foss, he needs to be careful. His burrow charge is on cooldown. Oh, man, it just comes back up. He's very low. All he needs is one Frostbolt. Those Beetle might absorb it. They are going to be trying to get the kill on him. Murden's going to go in there. Stormbolt is off the mark. Rafflecopter is going to throw down the static charge with the Psionic Storm and secure the kill on him. And that is a point on the map that we see Goon Squad put so much focus in all the time is the enemy team Siege Ogres. That's a comfort move for them to just kind of sweep in there, try to get a pick off or two. But right then, that's the first time I've seen it really bite them in the butt.
Definitely. I just had the strangest memory of the Siege Golem on the bottom lane too. The 3 Siege Golem camps back in the old days.
Yeah. Oh my lord, dude, that was so absurd.
Yeah. But back to the game. But yeah, they're at level 13. They have that talent point up now, so it's going to be really crucial that they not let up anything for Goon Squad. And it looks like Hosty's going to be taken out pretty quick here if he's not too careful. And he is. He's going to be taken out. Eliminated.
Destroyed, man. The strength of Jaina displaying itself right there. And this bottom tier 2 towers are going to be going down. Sylvanas doing what Sylvanas does. Promote. They do have double promote. Some of you haven't talked about this match, but they do have double promote on board. Jaina is going to get caught by Goku's initiation. He's got to be careful, though, because he might get punished for it. And I think, yeah, they're going to go in for this. There's the Willing Arrow. Divine Shield being used to turn it around. Though I think she's just inevitably going to pop sprint and try to get away. Oh, my lord. Sylvanas is deep in it. And she is going to get punished for it. She was pretty much diving the core right there, ladies and gentlemen. A good 2-man Lunar Flare. This might be the turnaround. The Goon Squad is looking for a big strafe, hitting everyone. Down goes the Jaina. The Rafflecopter Tassadar is very low as well. He was able to get himself up into the bushes, but he's going to be able to get himself away. I don't know if D-Noob is going to be able to say the same. They need to commit. Get one kill or don't get any. And it looks like they're going to be committing to the D-Noob. He's going to try to face shift up. Can he get it? No. So a 3 for no exchange going the way of Goon Squad, but they were able to successfully get the keep and a big overextension from Team Blaze right there.
And Goon Squad is back in this, man. They were down almost a full level and a half when that team fight broke out, and they're able to turn around into their favor. They're going to grab this Dragon Knight as well if Team Blaze cannot combat this. And it looks, are they going to be able to grab it? And it looks like, actually, Tirana's going to go down in the crossfire, but they do manage to get that Dragon Knight.
So they were able to get the Dragon Knight at the cost of the Tirana, but they need to get themselves a little bit more map control. Excuse me. A little bit more map control. And getting this Dragon Knight will help them in doing so, because every single one of the towers is actually up right now. I mean, and then also the towers in the, forts are all up. The towers in the mid lane are going to be going down here. Bottom lane are perfectly healthy. But they need to get a little bit more map control, more map vision in their favor. You can be ahead in experience, but if you're so afraid of going out on the map, there's not much you can do with it. Wailing Arrow completely off the mark there. That's on cooldown. This might be turnaround for Goon Squad, knowing that's on cooldown, but not if Goku is taking out. There's a protective shield on top of a cleanse. A good stun on to Dinu. A strafe as well. Is strafe enough to bring down the Brightwing? It's not. Dragon Knight is going down, and then, oh man, Tugging Nut showing him what his name means. Diving it deep in there, but unfortunately he gets turned around on as well. And this is a 2 for no exchange. Make it a 3. Going the way of Goon Squad. And once again, man, even at a talent deficit, they're able to punish the overstay of Team Blaze, and they just took a second team fight.
In a row. 2 in a row, man. They're coming back, and they're not letting up either.
No, they're not. They need to get some. They need to do more of these kills. I mean, they're down 3 people for 15 seconds. They got to get a fort, clear some waves, get some pressure on the map. Because I mean, if you can't get inside the enemy base, it really doesn't mean much. Okay, so they're going to make an aggressive movement onto the Bruiser camp here. That's going to go up into the top lane, and that might signify the moment for them to finally get the first fort of this match.
And they do see that they are at that camp pretty easily. Murden was pinging to head over there, but it was too little too late. They are able to grab that camp. But the thing is that wouldn't it have been, like, it almost would have been better to just go for a fort. I mean, they had that mid fort wide open. They had one person down, or one person up defending it, and the other one had to go back. They could have just pressured that fort, taken one down. Because right now they're down 2 forts, and they already have a gate, and most of their, I think their keep is damaged. Yeah, their keep is about 3/4 health right now. So they're in a poor position, and they're positioning themselves to take out the top keep as well. Or fort, excuse me.
Yeah, and when you're facing up against double promote on the side of Team Blaze, you really want to get some structures down on the enemy team, so that way promote is less of a threat as it normally is. But they didn't get it done. They got the Bruiser camp, and that Bruiser camp was cleaned up immediately. Didn't translate into much. There goes Goku. Initiating on a Jaina, but Jaina used the ice block immediately. Big Wailing Arrow onto the Anubrak. Divine Shield, though, he was spamming that Burrow charge button. He didn't go very far. But now Goku going in there at very low HP. Man, is he feeling good. And goodbye, Sylvanas. The Archon being used defensively, and once again, this strafe is getting so much damage on Tug and Nuts. He is going to be able to narrowly dodge the Impaling Blast. He throws out a Storm Up, but the Lunar Flare from the Tyrana is going to seal the deal, and man, Goon Squad looked behind in the early game, but the past 3 team fights have been in their favor in a very convincing manner.
And it all took a change when they hit that level 16, because we can see that they hit that Blood for Blood talent. They have 3 of those, so it's pretty much going to erase a good 45% of Muradin's health in a split second. It looks like Brightwing's in a lot of trouble here. He might get out there, and he does. He's managed to escape with his life. But at this point, like I'm saying, it's 45% of someone's health is going to be erased in a matter of seconds. So when we saw that initiation and we saw them back off, they're like, okay, wait for the silence wear off, wait for it. All right, go in.
Yep.
They popped the Blood for Blood on Muradin, took him down really low, forced him to back out. He saw his health drop really, really quickly, so he had to get out of there. He had to back up a little bit so that he didn't get taken out too quickly.
That's a Brightwing phase shift going down into the bottom lane. And they really want to contest this Dragon Knight, because it's around the 15-minute mark. They finally lost their first 4 to the match up in the top lane. So that is going to grant Goon Squad a little bit more map control, which is something they need desperately. They've been winning these team fights, but team fights really need to translate into more than just that. I mean, they do have the experience advantage. At this rate, they're going to get level 20 well before the enemy. Goku laying down an Impaling Blades on it, and a Wailing Arrow doesn't really hit anyone. Uther does go down regardless, but he's a ghost, but no Divine Shield. And that's a big deal. That means Goku can initiate. They don't have that big invulnerability, which has been winning that team fights. Boss Floss, he is so close to going down, but the heals from the Uther Ghost is going to keep him alive. A beautiful Lunar Flare. Good God, those Lunar Flares are on point from Goon Squad today, and they somehow turned that fight, immediately losing their healing support. Nonetheless, we're able to turn it around, take 3 people down, and continue the momentum in this match.
And again, that's another thing that, like, it's exactly what I was just saying. They were saving those Blood for Bloods for when Muradin was pushed too far forward. They waited for him. Okay, you use your leap, you can't get out now, Blood for Blood. 45% of his health gone in a second. And it's max health. It's not like his current health pool, it's his max health. So if he's below 50%, he's just going to be erased. Like, he's gone. Like, he's out of this fight. And with that being said, they're going to hit level 20 here any second now. If they can get a couple forts, they got that one fort. They're 3/4 of the way to level 20. They're going to be able to push the advantage even further if they can manage to get this other fort.
This is what they need to do, man. They were getting pushed up against the ropes for the first 5 to 10 minutes of this match, and they have rebounded. And man, have they rebounded. They're keeping this fort under pressure, more than likely to be going down. The Dragon Knight still healthy, still up for 30 seconds. They were able to get those Siege Ogres that they love so very much. And this push bottom lane is a very strong push.
It really is, and it looks like they're just going to keep pushing that aggression. They have level 20. They have that advantage. They have the Nubrak Rewind. They have the Storm Shield and the Bolt of the Storm. And on top of that, they have the Resurrection for that Uther, which is insanely good. It, like, basically, essentially doubles the amount of healing time he has because he died twice as much. And at this point, they had to back off a little bit because they don't want to push their advantage too much. They know they already got what they need to do. They're just waiting for them to overextend at this point. And it looks like Goku's going to go in on Tuck and Nuts and get that sent off. The Wailing Arrow gets 4 of the people silenced during that fight, but it just might not be enough. Boss Floss backing out of there. Looks like Lunar Flare is doing quite a bit of damage by stunning out people left and right. But Cure taking quite a bit of damage here. It might have to be careful, but he's going to... It looks like this fight is back and forth, man. I can't tell who's winning this fight yet.
A lot of cooldowns haven't blown, but no one's gone down there. The Ice Block keeping Jaina alive for now. Oh, man, the combination was just so very short from Goku. Half a second later, and that would have been a dead Jaina right there, ladies and gentlemen. So, Team Blaze, with an impressive defense, are going to keep alive. Took some damage. It's at 2/3 HP. But even at a Storm Talon disadvantage, a Dragon Knight knocking on their door, they were still able to weather that really, really strong push coming out from Goon Squad. So now they're going to go in their lanes, go to the safety of their mercenary camps, push the lanes out a little bit, try to get that last fort in the top lane, and hit that level 20 as soon as they possibly can.
Definitely. It's something they really need to do because the higher over level 20 you get, the more stats you're going to accumulate, the stronger your heroes are going to be. Granted, you don't get any more talents, but they counter that by giving you a little bit more stats. Now, That being said, they're going to go for all those mercs, try to capture everything they can, and put a little bit of pressure on each individual lane. But that being said, Goon Squad sees what's going on. They're going to rotate down to the bottom and try to get a pick off here.
He's got to be careful here. Tugging nuts, man. Protective shield being used on him. Goku ravaging himself in there, but the bolt onto him. Oh no, the primal grasp is off the mark. They used, you can tell his health disappeared, so some blood for bloods were definitely used there. And now they're going to rotate once again to their favorite spot on Dragon Shire. Pick up these Siege Ogres. They got to be careful, though. I don't think Team Blaze even realizes what's going on. They're making a quick sweep up top. Maybe they're going to just try to push down this last fort and clear up the Bruiser camp, and at the same time gain control of the top shrine.
All you need is one of those shrines, man. Like, you just need to keep control of one of those. You don't need to force the two. You take the two when you have the opportunity. You don't want to, like, try to sneak in a Dragon Knight. Unless you know where their entire team is, it's really difficult to do. But at times, you have people waiting in the bush for you, and they just kind of erase you.
So with both teams having level 20, we're getting to that late game situation, which is a really tense moment for all players. Oh no, Tugging Nuts just face checking the bush. That could have gone bad for him. Cleanse is now on cooldown. Use it a little bit prematurely. There's a big silence onto the Uther. Goku's taking so much damage. Can they get the kill? They can't. The Divine Shield is there once again. That has been the pivotal turnaround point for these teamfights for Goon Squad, has been the Divine Shield. Goku is going in there. A good haunting wave from Kira is going to get him away, but two people going down so fast in that team fight. A 5-to-3 man power play coming out here. Bottom keep is dead to rights, and if they lose any more here, D, it could be the game.
Definitely, and you see that Tassadar and Jaina are going to be both down for about 40 seconds. They might just press to the keep at this point, and it looks like that's exactly what they're going for. They're going for the core, man.
Yeah, they can do it. They have been controlling these team fights so very well. They don't even care. They're all sitting there on top of the core, though. They got to be careful. Oh, man, a good stun onto Goku, and that's actually going to bring him down. And that might be enough to keep this core alive. I mean, it's just now at 90%. Uther going down now as well, though. He's going to be able to resurrect once he is up from his Ghost Form, assuming that is up on cooldown. And this is really, really close. It's really tense. Hosty's going to be low. He's laying down a strafe. The Holy Light is keeping him alive, and I think that right there, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be the match. If they killed the Valo there, they potentially could have had a defense, but looks like it's not going to happen, and Goon Squad is going to take the first game versus Team Blaze, being behind a majority of the match, the position they have not been in all day.